You've been trying to label it as just a season because that feels safer. You've been telling yourself, maybe it's temporary, because temporary love hurts less when it ends. But deep down, something in you keeps refusing that label. Not because you're desperate, not because you're blind, but because the way this person shows up doesn't feel seasonal. It feels intentional. It feels steady. It feels like the kind of love that doesn't arrive to entertain you love, that arrives to build you. Angels say, this younger partner is meant to be your spouse, not a season, not a mistake. Subscribe now and stay connected. Don't treat messages like this as a one-time comfort. This is the kind of voice you need when the noise tries to talk louder than your peace, when fear tries to rewrite what God is confirming through fruit. Staying connected keeps you steady, and steadiness is how people stop losing what was meant to last. Now breathe. Because I want to speak to the real reason you've been conflicted. People don't just judge the age, they judge the possibility. They act like your story must fit their formula to be valid. They act like what's different must be wrong. And when you feel that pressure, your mind starts looking for an escape route. It starts trying to downgrade the connection into something smaller so you won't have to defend it. That's why season becomes a hiding place. It becomes the label you use to protect your pride from being questioned. But heaven doesn't speak in labels. Heaven speaks in fruit. A season has a pattern. It's inconsistent. It's unclear. It's hot, then cold. It feeds your emotions, but doesn't build your life. A spouse-level connection has a different pattern. It steadies you. It matures you. It strengthens your boundaries. It brings clarity over time. It doesn't leave you guessing. It doesn't leave you begging for basic respect. It doesn't demand you abandon your standards just to keep it. So the first question is not, are they younger? The first question is, what has this relationship been producing in you and around you? Because your spirit doesn't get pulled toward covenant by accident. Your spirit recognizes builders. Some of you have lived long enough to know the difference between attention and intention. Attention flatters you today and forgets you tomorrow. Intention protects you today and plans for you tomorrow. Attention wants access. Intention wants alignment. Attention loves convenience. Intention values responsibility. So when your heart keeps leaning toward this person, it may be because you're finally experiencing intention in a form you didn't expect. And that's why angels are speaking so firmly. Not a season, not a mistake. Not a season means this isn't the kind of connection that expires the moment things get real. Not a mistake means you're not foolish for feeling peace. Not a mistake means your discernment isn't broken just because your story is unconventional. Not a mistake means God is not confused about the timing, the difference, or the details. God is a God of purpose, and purpose always leaves evidence. But we stay mature here. Spouse level isn't proven by a sweet beginning. Spouse level is proven by patterns. So let's talk about the patterns that separate a spouse from a season. A season avoids accountability. A spouse welcomes it. A season resists clarity. A spouse respects it. A season wants benefits without responsibility. A spouse brings partnership. A season pressures boundaries. A spouse honors boundaries. A season disappears when it's inconvenient. A spouse shows up even when it costs. A season keeps you emotionally thirsty. A spouse builds emotional safety. Now, Take a real-life look. When you needed clarity, did they communicate or did they confuse you? When you slowed the pace, did they respect it or punish you? When pressure came, did they run or repair? When you spoke your standards, did they mock them or meet them? These questions reveal more than anyone's opinion ever could. And this is especially important when the partner is younger, because the enemy will try to make you believe you're taking a risk simply because of age. But age is not the greatest risk. Immaturity is. Instability is. Lack of self-control is. Avoidance is. Hidden intentions are. So the real issue is not the number of years. The real issue is the strength of character. God can place maturity in a younger person. God can place wisdom in a younger heart. God can place discipline in someone the world expects to be careless. And sometimes God does that on purpose to break your old pattern. Because some of you kept choosing what looked right and it still hurt you. People approved and you still cried. People clapped and you still felt alone. Society said perfect match and your spirit still felt unsafe. So God is teaching you a new measurement, fruit over formula. Now, let's talk about the fear you feel when it starts becoming serious. That fear does not automatically mean the relationship is wrong. Sometimes fear is simply the sound of your future getting close. When something is seasonal, your heart stays casual. When something is covenant, your spirit becomes alert not to panic, but to prepare. Because covenant requires you to grow. So if you've been feeling that inner tension like you want to move forward, but you also want to protect yourself, here is the correction. Don't protect yourself by shrinking love. Protect yourself by strengthening structure. Structure looks like mature conversations, clear boundaries, consistent standards, and time-tested patterns. You don't build marriage with vibes. You build marriage with alignment. So bring the relationship into real life. Talk about direction. Talk about responsibilities. Talk about faith and values. Talk about finances. Talk about family boundaries. Talk about conflict and repair. Talk about timelines. Talk about what loyalty looks like in practice. Not because you're trying to control the future, because you're refusing to waste it. A spouse-level person won't fear these conversations. They will respect you more for having them. They will feel safer because clarity protects both people. And here's a key truth. A younger spouse candidate who is truly meant for you won't need you to carry everything. They will contribute. They will initiate. They will plan. They will show discipline. They will grow. They will have direction beyond romance. They will treat your time like it matters. They will treat your heart like it's holy ground. Now let's address what people don't like to say out loud. Sometimes the reason you keep calling it a season is because you're afraid to be seen hoping. Hope feels vulnerable. Hope feels like opening your hands again after you've had them slammed before. Hope feels like trusting God to be good to you in a way you can't control. So you label it season as a safety helmet. But angels are removing the hell net to expose you to pain, but to teach you to build with courage. Because marriage requires courage. Courage to communicate clearly. Courage to set boundaries without guilt. Courage to stop seeking permission from people who don't carry your future. Courage to believe that peace can actually be yours. Now, about the age difference, the enemy will try to turn it into a power gap. That's where you must be wise. A marriage cannot be built where one person, parents, and the other depends. It cannot be built where one controls and the other follows blindly. If this is covenant, it must be partnership. So you watch for balance. Do they take responsibility for their life? Do they respect your experience without trying to control? Do you respect their growth without trying to manage them? Do you both have a voice? Do you both carry weight? Do you both give, serve, and contribute? If the answers are yes, and the fruit is steady, then you're not dealing with a season. You're dealing with a builder. And God defends builders by giving them endurance. That's why critics don't get the final word. Time does. Time reveals whether someone is seasonal or spouse level. Time exposes games. Time proves character. Time confirms fruit. So don't let one comment make you rewrite a whole story. Don't let one raised eyebrow make you doubt what has been consistent. Don't let fear make you cold towards someone who has been steady. Seasonal love collapses under pressure. Spouse-level love grows under pressure because it has roots. Now hear this with clarity. A spouse is not someone who makes your heart race. A spouse is someone who makes your life steadier. A spouse is someone who you can build with on ordinary days, not just romantic days. A spouse is someone who protects your dignity, protects your peace, and protects the relationship when temptation, stress, and pressure show up. So if this person has been showing you that kind of fruit, don't downgrade them into a season just to feel safe. Build wisely, move steadily, keep standards high, protect your environment, let fruit speak. Because if God is placing spouse level love in front of you, it's not to confuse you, it's to complete what you've been praying for through maturity, not through drama. Through maturity, not through drama. And that's why you must stop interpreting calm love as weak love. Calm love is often strong love, strong enough to last, strong enough to carry legacy, strong enough to survive pressure without turning toxic. Seasons thrive on excitement. Spouses thrive on stability. So let's go deeper into what it means when angels say this younger partner is meant to be your spouse. It means God is not just giving you a person, He is giving you a future assignment, a home to build, a legacy to protect, a partnership that requires both people to grow into the weight of covenant, and covenant doesn't survive on feelings alone. Covenant survives on character. That's why God will expose anything that threatens the foundation early. He will expose pride. He will expose control. He will expose immaturity. He will expose hidden intentions. Not to scare you so you can build clean. So here is the first protection. Stop letting outside voices become inside tension. Many relationships don't break because of betrayal. They break because of contamination. Too many opinions, too much access, too much explaining, too much pressure. You were fine until you told the wrong person. You were peaceful until you opened your seed to someone who crushes seeds. Suddenly you're defending yourself, second-guessing, reacting, shrinking. That's not discernment. That's overexposure. A spouse-level connection needs privacy, not secrecy. Privacy is protection. Secrecy is shame. If you're hiding because you feel guilty, something is wrong. If you're private because you're building, that is wisdom. So you choose a small circle, mature voices, people who value fruit, people who pray more than they gossip, people who build more than they criticize. and you set boundaries with everyone else. I'm not discussing my relationship. I'm not entertaining disrespect. I'm not explaining what you're committed to misunderstanding. That is not arrogance. That is leadership. That is how you protect a future home. Now, second protection. Bring the relationship into adult clarity. If this person is meant to be your spouse, clarity will not scare them away. Clarity will strengthen them. So you talk about real life. Where is this going? What does commitment mean to you? What are your values and non-negotiables? How do you handle money, work, responsibility? How do you handle conflict? Do you repair or avoid? What are your boundaries with friends, attention, and distractions? What does marriage look like to you? How do you want to build a home? A season avoids these conversations because seasons want feelings without responsibility. A spouse leans in because a spouse wants a future, not just a moment. Now, third protection. Watch how they respond when you don't give them everything instantly. This is huge. Spouse-level love has patience. It doesn't rush your body. It doesn't rush your trust. It doesn't rush your timeline. It respects your pace. If they pressure you, guilt you, punish you, or manipulate you when you slow down, that's not spouse behavior. That's appetite. But if they honor your boundaries and keep showing up with consistency, that's a builder. And builders are rare. That's why angels are warning you not to mislabel a builder as a season. Now, fourth protection. Make sure age doesn't become a power gap. This is where many people fail. They think the older person must always lead everything and the younger must always follow. That becomes dependency, not partnership. If this is covenant, both must carry weight. Both must contribute. Both must be accountable. Both must be emotionally mature. Both must be able to lead themselves. So you don't rescue, you don't parent, you don't overfunction to keep love. You require partnership, and you watch whether they rise to it. A spouse-level younger partner will not be offended by responsibility. They will be proud to build. They will be willing to learn without becoming defensive. They will be consistent, enough to earn trust over time. They will protect your dignity in public and private. Now, let's address the fear that keeps whispering. What if they change? Yes, people can grow. But growth is not the danger. Lack of character is. The question is not, will they change? The question is, do they have a stable foundation? While they grow, do they have discipline? Do they have integrity? Do they have accountability? Do they have self-control? Do they have a teachable spirit? Do they have consistency? Because a person with character grows into better, not into chaos. And that's why time is your friend. Time proves whether they are seasonal or spouse level. Now, here's the part that heals many listeners. Sometimes God chooses a younger spouse to break your addiction to heavy love. Heavy love made you chase. Heavy love made you beg. Heavy love made you overthink. Heavy love trained you to accept stress as normal. So God sends a different kind of love, steady, respectful, and your spirit recognizes it. But your fear doesn't know what to do with it. Fear says, this is too calm. But calm is what a home needs. Calm is what children need. Calm is what covenant needs. So don't sabotage calm just because chaos is familiar. And don't call it a season just because you're afraid to believe it can last. Now, listen. If this is meant to be your spouse, the relationship will start producing specific fruits in you too. You'll become more intentional, more disciplined, more emotionally mature, more honest, more prayerful, more focused on building, not performing. You'll stop needing attention from everyone because you've found peace in one place. That is fruit. Spouse-level love doesn't just feel good, it makes you better. Now, let's talk about the not a mistake part. Some of you keep replaying past choices and you're scared to trust yourself again. You're afraid of being wrong. You're afraid of missing red flags. You're afraid of investing and regretting. But hear this, your past does not disqualify your future. The fact that you learned means you're not the same person who made those choices. Wisdom has been formed in you. Discernment has been sharpened in you. Standards have been built in you. So you don't approach love like a wounded person trying not to get hurt. You approach love like a wise person building a future. And wise building looks like this. You don't rush. You don't hide in shame. You don't over-explain to critics. You don't ignore red flags. You don't tolerate disrespect. You don't carry what should be shared. You watch fruit. You require clarity. You protect your peace. That is how you build spouse-level love. Now, one more thing. God defending. This doesn't mean you'll never be tested. It means tests won't destroy what is built with maturity. Pressure will come. Opinions will come. Timing challenges will come. Family voices will come. But if both people are committed to covenant, those things don't break you, they refine you. And that's the moment the relationship defends itself. Not with arguments, by enduring. Now make your decision clearly. You will not let fear label a spouse as a season. You will not let society call your peace a mistake. You will not abort what has been producing fruit because someone doesn't understand your story. You will build wisely. You will move steadily. You will protect your home before it exists. And you will let time silence critics while fruit speaks louder. Now this is where you take action. Subscribe now, because staying connected to messages like this is not entertainment, it's maintenance. It's how you keep your mind renewed. When pressure returns, like this, so it reaches someone who is silently shrinking their joy because they're afraid of being judged. Comment, "This is covenant, not a season," and let that be your line in the sand. Share this with the person who keeps walking away from good love out of fear, so they stop losing what could have lasted. Angels say, this younger partner is meant to be your spouse, not a season, not a mistake. And what God is building with wisdom will not collapse under noise.